Morning students, welcome to my fifth video on basics of organic reactions, organic chemistry. I was talking about types of organic reactions wherein we discussed substitution reactions and different types of substitution reactions. Now we'll continue that same discussion. Under organic reactions, we come across one more type of organic reactions, that is what we call it as addition reactions. These are the another type of organic reactions that we come across in organic chemistry, the addition reactions. As the name itself indicates, some simple molecules will be added to the other molecules. Some simple molecules will be added to the other substances, other reacting substances without removing anything. Nothing will be removed here. Simply we are going to add certain simple molecules to the organic substrates. Substrate will be added with some simple molecules, that is what we call it as addition reactions. In addition reactions also, we have different types of addition reactions. One, it is electrophilic addition reactions. Electrophilic addition reaction. That is electrophilic addition reactions, and I just abbreviate it as, yes, it is EAR. That is electrophilic addition reactions. Like that we have nucleophilic addition reactions. Then we have free radical addition reactions. These are the three types of addition reactions that we come across in organic reactions. What exactly is electrophilic addition reaction? This is addition reaction, no doubt at all. This is addition reaction. But that addition reaction is initiated by electrophiles. If the addition reaction is initiated by the electrophile, then it is called as electrophilic addition reaction. So one example I will give for the electrophilic addition reaction, that is CS2 double bond CS2 plus HBr. This is a popular addition reaction that you studied in first PUC. When HBr is added to the ethene, that is hydrogen bromide is added to the ethene, you are going to get, look at this, CH3 single bond CH2 and of course single bond Br. What exactly happened here? One hydrogen is added to this group CS2. Bromine atom is added to this, and the result is double bond is converted into single bond. Carbon to carbon double bond is converted into carbon to carbon single bond. That particular observation you have to make. Okay, now? So this is what we call it as electrophilic addition reaction. Why it is called as electrophilic addition reaction? Because in this reaction we have HBr, right? When HBr, in the reaction it will be undergoes dissociation to form H plus and Br minus ions. Under reaction conditions, HBr will be HBr dissociates to produce H plus and Br minus ions. Look at this. In the reaction we have substrate, that is CS2 double bond CS2 there. And due to the presence of these pi electrons, pi electrons are loosely bounded. And therefore these pi electrons are going to attract H plus ion. Because pi electrons do not attract Br minus ions, they attract H plus ion. You know that electrons are attracting positively charged spaces, and this is electrophile. This electrophile attacks this substrate, that results in the formation of, look at this, one of the pi electrons will be shifted over one of the carbon atoms in presence of this H plus, in presence of this electrophile, that results in the formation of, yes, it is CS2 single bond CS3. Look at this. This is minus. When electrons are shifted over this carbon attains negative charge. This C minus attracts H plus and becomes CS3. And as we are shifting these electrons to this carbon is going to lose electron and attains positive charge. Remember, in organic reactions, if I say this A double bond B and if I shift electrons over this, I am shifting pi electrons over this, means B attains negative charge, A attains positive charge, because B is going to gain electrons, B is going to gain extra electron, and A is going to lose its electron. Therefore, it gets positive charge and it gets negative charge. Hagagi, whenever you are writing this arrow mark, head will get negative charge, tail will get positive charge. That's why So CS2 double bond CS2, in presence of electrophile, it is converted to CS2 plus and CS3. And this CS2 plus, this carbocation is attacked by Br minus, and that leads to the formation of Br, CH2 and of course CS3. Like that, you are going to get bromoethane. This is bromoethane, and this is what we call it as electrophilic addition reaction. If the addition reaction is initiated by electrophiles, that will be called as electrophilic addition reaction. For your information, all alkenes and alkynes, all alkenes and alkynes will undergo electrophilic addition reactions. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ electrophilic addition reactions ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ you must remember alkenes and alkynes. They are the electrophilic addition reactions are the characteristic properties of alkenes and alkynes. Just like electrophilic substitution reactions are characteristic properties of aromatic compounds like compounds containing benzene ring. So also here electrophilic addition reactions are the characteristic properties of alkenes and alkynes. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. CH2 double bond CH2 reacts with HBr and you are going to get bromoethane. This reaction is initiated by the electrophile, therefore it is electrophilic addition reaction. So that is what we call it as electrophilic addition reaction. And just remember, alkenes and alkynes will undergo electrophilic addition reactions. Now at this moment, we'll go for the one more type of addition reaction, that is called nucleophilic addition reaction. Is it not? Nucleophilic addition reaction. As the name itself indicates, nucleophilic addition reactions will be initiated by nucleophiles. That is NA, or I can abbreviate it as nucleophilic addition reactions. If the addition reaction is initiated by the nucleophile, and that is called as, yes, it is nucleophilic addition reaction. Generally, nucleophilic addition reactions will be shown by aldehydes and ketones. Say for example, one of the aldehydes, that is formaldehyde. When it reacts with hydrogen cyanide, you know you are going to get, this is OH and it will be Cn and it will be H. Look at this. What I did here C2O double bond ಇದೆ, C2O double bond ಇದೆ, right? If I add HCN to this C2O double bond, hydrogen is added to the oxygen, Cn is connected to the carbon. Double bond is converted to single bond. One important observation in all addition reactions, double bonds will be converted to single bonds, or triple bonds will be converted to double bonds, then double bonds will be converted to single bonds. That is, unsaturated molecules will be converted to saturated molecules in the case of addition reactions. That is the important change that you have to observe during addition reaction. ಯಾವುದೇ addition reactions ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ double bonds to single bonds ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಥವಾ triple bonds to double bonds ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ number of multiple bonds will be reduced. So double bond is reduced to single bond. This is an example for addition reaction. And this reaction is initiated by the nucleophile, because in the case of HCN, you know, HCN dissociates to produce what we call it as H plus and Cn minus. H plus and Cn minus. You know, Cn minus is a nucleophile, right? And in the case of formaldehyde, look at this molecule. You studied that, different types of electronic displacement. Pi electrons will be shifted over oxygen because oxygen is more electronegative than carbon. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ oxygen gets negative charge, carbon gets positive charge. ನೋಡಿ, head will get negative charge, tail will get positive charge. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ carbon is positively charged, oxygen is negatively charged. Therefore, this positively charged carbon must attract Cn minus. This positively charged carbon must attract, yes, it is Cn minus. That results in the formation of, yes, it is the product, that is, and it is Cn will be attached to carbon because Cn is negatively charged, carbon is positively charged. This O minus, negatively charged oxygen, attracts H plus and that becomes OH. So this is what we call it as nucleophilic addition reaction. That is, if the addition reaction is initiated by the nucleophile, that is called as nucleophilic addition reaction. If the addition reaction is initiated by the nucleophile, that reaction is called as nucleophilic addition reaction. All aldehydes and ketones. All aldehydes and ketones will undergo this particular reaction, that is nucleophilic addition reactions. And if you come across any term that nucleophilic addition reactions, you just remember aldehydes and ketones. So that is characteristic property of carbonyl compounds, ಅಥವಾ aldehydes and ketones, and that is what we call it as nucleophilic addition reactions. This is another type of addition reaction. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. Now we'll move on to the one more type of addition reaction, that is free radical addition reaction. ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನೀಗ free radical addition reaction. Let's see that. Yes, it is free radical addition reactions, or you can say that FAR ಅಂತ ಅಬ್ರಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? That is free radical addition reactions ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. If the addition reaction is initiated by the free radicals, free radicals, the atoms or group of atoms containing odd electron, they are called as free radicals. If the addition reaction is initiated by the free radicals, if the addition reaction is because of the free radical, then such type of addition reactions are called as free radical addition reactions. One example I'll give you, that is as far as free radical addition reaction is concerned. Look at this, that is propene. When it reacts with HBr, hydrogen bromide, in presence of hydrogen peroxide, this is one example for the free radical addition reaction, right? And you are going to get the product, that is CS3, single bond, CS2, and of course CS2Br. Now this is an example for, yes, it is free radical addition reaction. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಅಡಿಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ when HBr is added to this molecule, it will be added across the double bond. The double bond is converted to single bond. That is one important observation. ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, H will be added to the CH, Br will be H will be connected to CH, Br will be connected to CH2. Now that is in presence of hydrogen peroxide. And of course, this is what we call it as anti-Markovnikov products. We call it as. This is anti-Markovnikov products. This is anti-Markovnikov product. You studied this in first PUC. Actually, if the chemical reaction is carried out in the absence of hydrogen peroxide, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ hydrogen peroxide ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, look at this, reaction will proceed in different path. That is, you are going to get Br will be connected to CH, hydrogen will be connected to CH2 there. ನೋಡಿ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, H is connected to CH, Br is connected to CH2. ಯಾವಾಗ hydrogen peroxide ಇದ್ರೆ, hydrogen peroxide ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Br will be connected to CH, hydrogen will be connected to CH2 there, and it will become CS3 there. And this is Markovnikov's product. ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ Markovnikov's products. Markovnikov's product ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. According to Markovnikov's rule, during addition of unsymmetrical reagent to the unsymmetrical molecule, unsymmetrical alkenes, negative part of the adding molecule will be attached to that carbon atom of double bond containing least number of hydrogen atoms ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Negative part of the adding molecule will be attached to that carbon atom of double bond containing least number of hydrogen atom. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ Br ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು CH ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, H ಅನ್ನು CS2 ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು Markovnikov's ರೂಲ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ. ಆದರೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಪೆರಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, if I carry out the chemical reaction in presence of hydrogen peroxide, the reaction will be proceeding against Markovnikov's rule. Therefore, it is called as anti-Markovnikov's product. And this is an example for the free radical addition reaction. ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಿ ಸಿ ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬೋ ಕ್ಯಾಟಯಾನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೀ ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಹೌ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಫ್ರೀ ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ನೋಡಿ, ಫ್ರೀ ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈಗ look at this reaction. My intention is to explain free radical addition reaction. ಈಗ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಪೆರಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇದೆ, that is H2O2. This is hydrogen peroxide, and this undergoes what we call it as homolysis ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. It undergoes homolysis. So one electron will be shifted over this oxygen, another electron will be shifted over this oxygen, and you are going to get two, yes, it is OH dot. That is what we call it as OH free radicals ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ because of homolysis. Okay na? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, and in presence of that free radical Br single bond Br, HBr ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ, that is HBr ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ, ಹೌದಾ? And in presence of this OH dot, ನೋಡಿ, in presence of this free radical, this HBr bond undergoes homolysis. H gets the single electron, Bl gets another electron. ಇಲ್ಲಿ homolysis ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ H dot reacts with OH dot, and you are going to get H2O. ಇನ್ನೇನು ಉಳಿತದೆ? You left with what? Br dot. This is a free radical, right? What is that? This is a free radical. ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, this free radical attacks that alkene. This free radical ಏನು ಬಂತಲ್ಲ ಅದು, that attacks that alkene. ಈ alkene ಅನ್ನು ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಈ free radical ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ this undergoes homolysis, right? ಈ pi electrons ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, one electron CH ಮೇಲೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು electron CH2 ಮೇಲೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, right? ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಎರಡು ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ಟೂ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್. ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಇಫ್ Br dot is attached to this, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆಗ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, CH3 single bond CH dot and it is CS2Br. ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ, Br dot is attached to CH2. ಆಗೇನಾಯ್ತು, CS2Br ಆಯ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ CH ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಫ್ರೀ ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಈ Br dot ಏನಾದರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಆಗೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, look at this, CH3 CHBr then it is CS2 dot. ಹೌದಾ, ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನು, Br dot is attached to CH2. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನು, Br dot is connected to CH. If Br dot is connected to CH, you are going to get primary carbon free radical. If Br dot is attached to CH2, you are going to get secondary carbon free radical. ಹೌದಾ, ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಫ್ರೀ ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದು ತಾನೆ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ carbon free radical is more stable, therefore this product will be dominating. This will be the dominating product. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ this CH3, right, CH dot then it is CS2Br ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದು, ಓಕೆನಾ, that combines with, yes it is HBr, right, that combines with HBr, right, that leads to, what is that, H dot will be attached to this, then you are going to get CS3 CH2 CH2 and it is Br there, okay na, Br dot along with the formation of Br dot. H dot ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅವಾಗ CH becomes CH2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ and remaining will be this is Br dot and that undergoes further chemical reaction with propene. Chemical reaction will be continued. So this is an example for, yes it is free radical addition reaction, right? So these are the three types of the addition reactions. These are the three types of addition reactions. So now at this moment we'll move on to the one more type of organic reactions, that is what we call it as elimination reactions. Elimination reactions. And remember, in the case of addition reactions, what happened, you know, the double bonds will be converted to single bonds and triple bonds will be converted to double bonds. The reverse of addition reactions will be elimination reactions. In addition reactions, you know, simple molecules will be added to the substrate molecules. But in the case of elimination reactions, you are going to remove certain simple molecules from these substrate molecules. Substrate molecules in the ಕೆಲವು simple molecules ಅನ್ನು remove ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, and that is what we call it as elimination reactions. The chemical reactions in which some simple molecules or atoms will be removed from the, you know, substrate molecule, either from the same carbon atom or from the adjacent carbon atoms. You are going to remove certain groups or atoms either from the same carbon atom or from the adjacent carbon atoms. So such type of chemical reactions are called as elimination reactions. In addition reactions, you know, double bonds will be converted to single bonds, but in elimination reactions, single bonds will be converted to double bonds will be converted to triple bonds. That's why elimination reactions are the reverse of addition reactions. Elimination reactions are the reverse of addition reactions. In elimination reactions also, we have two types. One, it is beta elimination reaction. We have two types of elimination reactions. One, it is beta elimination reaction. Another is alpha elimination reaction. I'll give the examples for that. In both the cases, you are going to remove the simple molecules from the substrate there. Okay, now, in the case of beta elimination, we'll go for this. So CH2H and it is CH2 and it will be OH, right? This is what we call it as CH2H and you know, this is CH3, CH2OH. We call it as ethanol, right? We call it as ethanol. When ethanol reacts with that concentrated sulfuric acid, when ethanol reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, okay na, you know, concentrated sulfuric acid is what, the dehydrating agent. We call it as dehydrating agent. So in presence of dehydrating agent, water molecule will be removed. Look at this, for removal of water molecule, OH will be from this first carbon and hydrogen from the second carbon. OH will be from the first carbon and hydrogen from the second carbon. Look at this, ಆಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, because of this you are going to remove water there. After removing, you know, what happens, you know, this bond will be shifted to this. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ when OH is removed, carbon attains positive charge. When H is removed, carbon attains negative charge. this negative charge will be shifted over this. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ CH2 double bond CH2 there. CH2 double bond CH2. ನೀವೊಂದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಾನು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಳಸ್ತೀನಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡಿ, ಗಮನಿಸಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಗಮನಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, I removed OH along with a bond. I removed H without bond. ಅದನ್ನ ಗಮನಿಸಿ. If I remove the group along with a bond, it will be removed in the form of negative group, that is OH minus. I am removing hydrogen without bond, means I am removing hydrogen in the form of H plus, and this bond will be shifted over this. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಈ OH ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಇದು ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಆರೋ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಆರ್ ವಿದೌಟ್ ದ ಬಾಂಡ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಬಾಂಡ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅನ್ನ OH ಮೈನಸ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ. ವಿದೌಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ H ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗಮನಿಸಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಹಾಗೇನೆ I'll go for one more example for the elimination reaction, that is CH3 CH2 and it is Cl in presence of alcoholic potassium hydroxide. You studied this in first PUC. In presence of alcoholic potassium hydroxide, I remove chlorine in the form of Cl minus. Nodi alli arrow mark nodi. I remove hydrogen in the form of H plus without bond, right? Again agutte, this will be shifted over here, then it will be CH2 double bond CH2 plus HCl. This is an example for the elimination reaction, and that too beta elimination, because in the beta elimination you are going to remove the groups from the adjacent carbon atom. OH from this particular carbon, hydrogen from this particular carbon, therefore you remove the atoms or groups from the adjacent carbon atom, therefore it is elimination, beta elimination reaction. Here also you removed atoms or groups from the adjacent carbon atom, that's why it is called as beta elimination reaction, and this is what we call it as beta elimination. Observe that carbon to carbon single bond is converted into carbon to carbon double bond. Carbon to carbon single bond is converted into carbon to carbon double bond. This is what we call it as, yes, it is beta elimination reaction. Okay, now with that we'll go for the one more type of elimination reactions, that will be alpha elimination reactions. That will be alpha elimination reactions. We'll see that alpha elimination reaction. In beta elimination, we removed atoms or groups from the adjacent carbon atoms, whereas in the case of alpha elimination, I am going to remove the atoms or groups from the same carbon atom. You know what is the name of this? This is once again ethanol. When ethanol vapors are passed over copper at about 300 degrees Celsius, that is reaction is called dehydrogenation. The reaction is called dehydrogenation. Copper is a catalyst. When vapors of ethanol is passed over copper catalyst at about 300 degrees Celsius, look at this, what happens. Look at this, what happens. Dehydrogenation ಏನು, removal of hydrogen. Okay na, ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, I am removing this hydrogen and also from and also this is, I am removing this hydrogen, that is in the form of H plus. This will be in the form of H minus. Look at this. This will be in the form of H minus, right? Again agutte, if I remove this hydrogen in the form of H, it is H plus. This will be shifted over here. This will be shifted over here. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, you got there CH3 and it is CH, CH3 CH. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿದೆ, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ O. Look at this, carbon to oxygen single bond is converted to carbon to oxygen double bond with the elimination of hydrogen there. This is an example for alpha elimination. This is an example for alpha elimination. Or you can go for the one more example, and this is what is that? This is one more alcohol, that is propanol. One more alcohol, that is what we call it as propanol, right? When this 2-propanol, when it is passed over heated copper catalyst at about 300 degrees Celsius, okay na, this is H minus, this is H plus. It will be shifted over like this, and you are going to get CH3 C double bond O CH3 and of course plus hydrogen. This is what we call it as alpha elimination. I eliminated the groups, two hydrogen atom from the same carbon, right? I eliminated, yes it is, I eliminated two groups from the same carbon, because this OH is connected to is attached to this carbon, this OH is attached to this carbon, this H is attached to this carbon. Therefore, if two atoms or groups are removed from the same carbon atom, that is alpha carbon atom, and that is called as alpha elimination. We call it as alpha elimination. So this is what we call it as, yes, it is alpha elimination and beta elimination. Let me repeat. In the beta elimination, you are going to remove the atoms or groups from the adjacent carbon atoms. Whereas in the case of alpha elimination, you are going to remove the atoms or groups from the same carbon. So that is what we call it as alpha elimination. Or I can say, I'll give one more example for the alpha elimination that you come across in the Reaumur-Tiemann reaction. In Reaumur-Tiemann reaction, we have OH minus. Look at this, where we use chloroform, right? That is CHCl3. This is chloroform, right? So what happens, when base attacks this chloroform, it absorbs what we call it as H plus. When H plus is removed, naturally Cl minus will be coming out. Okay, na? H plus reacts with OH minus, and you are going to get H2O, and Cl is coming out in the form of Cl minus. You will left with what? These two electrons, and that is Cl dot, and that is dichlorocarbene. Nodi. This bond corresponds to what? 2 electrons. That is what we call it as dichlorocarbene. Carbon mele 2 electrons irutte, 2 monovalent groups ide. That is dichlorocarbene, one of the intermediates that we discussed in the previous class. That is what we call. Here also we removed the atoms or groups from the same carbon, and it is an example for alpha elimination. So this is what we call it as alpha elimination. So with that, we'll go for the one more and the last type of organic reaction, what we call it as rearrangement reactions. What we call it as rearrangement reactions. Generally in rearrangement reactions, you are going to get quite unexpected product due to the rearrangement. Atoms or groups in the substrate molecule will be rearranged. Rearrangement ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅನ್ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ that is what we call it as rearrangement reactions. ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, this is what we call it as benzene. So when it reacts with propyl chloride, this is propyl chloride in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride. Benzene reacts with propyl chloride in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride. Naturally, we expect this and we call it as propyl benzene. ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಫಿಲಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಇದು ಅದನ್ನೇ ನೀವೆಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರಿಡೆಲ್-ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಇದನ್ನ. ಇದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಫಿಲಿಕ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ? Substitution takes place on the benzene ring. But actually, this is not the actual product. It is expected product. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. But reaction will be different here. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ in this particular reaction, here we have CS3, CS2, CS2 plus. This is a carbocation that is produced. ಈ reaction ಅಲ್ಲಿ you are going to get this as a carbocation first. E carbocation ಬರುತ್ತೆ in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride. This is primary carbocation because positively charged carbon is on the positive charge is on the primary carbon. This is primary carbocation. ಹೌದಾ? This primary carbocation undergoes rearrangement. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ primary carbocation is unstable. That undergoes rearrangement to produce more stable secondary carbocation. We're going to get more stable secondary carbocation. Notice this is called hydride shift anta kariತೀವಿ. H minus shift. ಆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ this primary carbocation is less stable compared to the secondary carbocation. Any chemical reaction for that matter that always leads to the stability. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು H minus ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ H minus ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ it is going out along with the bond. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, it is going out along with the bond means H minus attacks CS2 plus ಆಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ CS3 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡ ಮೇಲೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ H minus ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ it will be converted to CH plus. So primary carbocation is converted to secondary carbocation. Therefore that secondary carbocation, right, is electrophile, and of course that secondary carbocation is secondary carbocation is electrophile. It will attack benzene ring. ಈ CH plus ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಬೆನ್ಸಿನ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬೆನ್ಸಿನ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ರಿಚ್. ಆಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ you are going to get ನೋಡಿ CH will be connected to benzene ring and it is CH and it will be CH3 and it will be CH3. This is isopropyl benzene. ನೋಡಿ ನಾವು expect ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು but actual product is isopropyl benzene. ನಿಮಗೆ actual product isopropyl benzene ಬಂದಿದೆ. So this is an example for rearrangement reaction. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ carbocation undergoes what we call rearrangement. And of course always any chemical reaction for that matter, if carbocations are produced and naturally if primary carbocation is produced, if there is any possibility, it will be converted to secondary carbocation will be converted to tertiary carbocation. So that is what we call it as the rearrangement. I'll give one more example for the rearrangement reactions. That is, look at this, dehydration of butanol. Look at this, dehydration of butanol. This is butanol. Dehydration takes place in presence of, you know this, concentrated sulfuric acid, and of course upon heating. ನೋಡಿ ಡಿಹೈಡ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ OH minus from this ಆಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, you are going to get CH3 CH2 and it is CH2 plus. What type of carbocation it is? Primary carbocation. ಹೌದಾ? Therefore primary carbocation undergoes rearrangement. ಹೌದಾ? Primary carbocation undergoes rearrangement. ಹೇಗೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ CH2 ಇದೆಲ್ಲ, one of the hydrogen atoms will be shifted from here to here. That is in the form of H minus. ಆಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? You are going to get CH3 CH2 and of course ಇಲ್ಲಿ H minus ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಉಳಿತದೆ? CH plus and you are going to get CH3 and it is what we call it as ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ? That is secondary carbocation. Secondary carbocation is more stable than primary carbocation, right? ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ H ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, in presence of OH minus, right? In presence of OH minus, hydrogen will be absorbed. In presence of OH minus, hydrogen will be absorbed in the form of H plus, and this will be shifted over this, and you are going to get CH3, CH double bond CH, and it will be CH3. This is what we call 2-butene. That is the most stable product that is produced when butanol undergoes dehydration in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. This is also an example for rearrangement reaction. Your primary carbocation is rearranged to secondary carbocation, and that's all for now. So that's all about basics of organic chemistry. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೊಂದು ನಾನು ಸಜೆಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋದೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡಿ. ಇಂಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್, ಮೆಸೋಮೆರಿಕ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮೆರಿಕ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೈಪರ್ ಕಾಂಜುಗೇಷನ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಹೇಗೆ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಒನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್.